Hey, what's up, guys? This is Justin Coffin for the 330 Sports Show. You guys know every Tuesday we do a top five list, various topics, whatever. So I wanted to put a bow on the Olympic Games here for 2020, the Tokyo Games, and just go over sort of my some of the things I thought were great and the top moments, mostly from a United States perspective, but we will do some other just really cool, interesting things that I saw. So really cool. The United States ended up winning the medal count over China, the ROC, which is Russian Olympic Committee, Great Britain, and Japan. Those were the top five countries. And, the United States finally passed up China on the final day, kind of racking up a lot of the medals. So United States won an overall count of gold, silver, and bronze, which is really, really cool. Just edging out China 39-38 in the gold medal count. So the first thing I want to talk about is the women's Team USA basketball. They just continue their dominance. They continue their excellence. They have 50 plus game winning streak. They've won, off the top of my head, I can't remember, but I believe it's like 6 or 7 gold medals in a row. It's just unbelievable run. They are arguably the most dominant team in any sport in America right now, as it stands, sort of taking that notch from the men's 1992 team. And obviously in other sports, we've had great dynasties, the Patriots or the Warriors or the Bulls, stuff like that. But right now, you almost have to give that crown to the women's basketball team. And Nike put out a really cool commercial, if you didn't see it, just showing and putting a spotlight on their excellence. Also, Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird. Diana Taurasi on the left, Sue Bird on the right. They have won their 5th gold medal in the Olympics, which is just amazing. When you really do the math and break it down, it's pretty crazy. And they are planning on playing in 2024 in London. So just amazing what they have done together. The U.S. men, they really had a tough start. They lost to France in pool play. They ended up winning, I believe, 5 games in a row to get back into the gold medal game, and then overcame that loss in the opening game to France to beat them in the gold medal game, showing that they still are the most dominant country in the world. Now, the rest of the world is catching up. Now, I know LeBron didn't play, and you could argue a bunch of other of our best basketball players didn't play. However, the rest of the world is showing they're catching up to us in men's basketball. But Kevin Durant became the all-time leading scorer in USA men's basketball history. So congratulations to the men's team on their gold. Obviously, probably the biggest story to come out of these Olympic Games was Simone Biles. Her speaking out with her mental health, and she just wasn't in a great place. And she had something called the twisties that kind of threw her off, and just she wasn't able to compete at the level that she is known for. So she took herself out of the games, and eventually got herself right, and she was able to compete in balance beam and come out and win a gold medal. But I think what she did off the mat or the beam or whatever you want to say is very brave of her to step up. And it's a lot of times you'll hear the phrase it's okay to realize you're not okay. And I think she brought a lot of attention to an issue in not just our country, but the world, with not just athletes, but people in general with that struggle with mental health on a daily basis. So congratulations to Simone Biles. And that opened the door for her teammate, Suni Lee. Suni Lee won gold in the women's all around. Now, I watch gymnastics probably once every 4 years, but when they're out there, it's just unbelievable what they're doing. And I liked what the one announcer said, especially in the balance beam. He said, "Do you want to know what competing on a balance beam is like. He said, basically, lay your cell phone down in the middle of your floor, and that's pretty much the width of a balance beam. So what these athletes can do when they're up there is just incredible. So congratulations to Suni Lee. She wins gold in women's all-around gymnastics. Also, Allison Felix. We're going to talk a lot, especially about women's track. Women's track really had an awesome Olympic Games. But Allison Felix, a mom, 35 years old, becomes the most decorated track and field athlete in U.S. history, passing Carl Lewis and names like Jackie Joyner-Kersee that you have heard in the past. And she is just a phenomenal athlete. Great runner, has done so many good things, and put a spotlight on mothers and maternity leave and maternity pay and equal rights and things like that for females in that are athletes. So congratulations to her, and just amazing run, no pun intended. In golf, we had Kelly Korda and Xander Schauffele both winning the gold in golf for the USA. Awesome performances. I saw this course was about an hour and a half outside of Tokyo, but they came up big in the final couple holes to secure their gold. Moving on now to volleyball. So April Ross and Alex Kleinman both win gold in beach volleyball. I believe it's Alex Kleinman who is the newcomer, but pretty awesome performance. And beach volleyball obviously has a draw with the uniforms, but what these women are able to do and just compete, covering that whole volleyball court in sand in that 90 plus degree heat too, was just amazing. So if you've never played just a 2-man, 2-woman volleyball, it is extremely difficult. So what these women are able to do is awesome. Going on, sticking with volleyball, but moving on to indoor women's team volleyball. They win the gold for the first time in history. Now, they have won the silver before, but this was the first time their team had won in the gold medal. So congratulations to the U.S. women's volleyball team. Now, this moment was really cool. Ryan Krauser. Ryan Krauser was very close with his grandpa. His grandpa recently passed away before the Olympic Games, but he set records winning gold. And he, during the ceremonies gave tribute to his grandfather. I just thought that was really, really cool. So one thing too, I heard an announcer say, I said to put this in comparison to what he did with the shot put, was if you stood on a free throw line on a basketball court and faced the opposite hoop, and you took a bowling ball and you threw it at the other hoop, that's equivalent to the distance he threw that shot put. So just amazing when you really think about it in that type of perspective. This one was really cool. And I hope I pronounce her name right. It is, I want to make sure I get it right. It's Katie Najat. Katie Najat. She wins gold in women's pole vault. She is from the Cleveland area. She went to Ashland University. And I thought too, when she crossed over that women's pole vault, that high beam that they jump over, is just when she let go of the pole and realized when she was coming down, just like her facial expression, everything was just so great. She also pays tribute to her father by writing "Dad" on her shoes. Her dad was a coach, but also passed away. So to give tribute to him each time she competes, she writes "Dad" on the inside of her shoes, which is really, really cool. So congratulations to Cleveland's Katie Najat for winning gold in women's pole vault. Also, we know the United States men and women are usually very dominant in the pool. Caleb Dressel, was the flag bearer really for the men in the pool. He did a fantastic job setting records, winning gold, and just becoming he's not quite to the Michael Phelps level, but he's inching up there, and hopefully in 2024 we'll get to that level. But Caleb Dressel, fantastic job in the pole, and also probably the top female swimmer, Katie Ledecky. She continues her success in the distance races, especially. She is just a fantastic swimmer. Sticking in the pool, I had mentioned this on a previous show, but Alaska's first Olympic swimmer ever. They have one 50-meter pool in the entire state. She would train with, I read something where she would train with like literally sea lions by her in Alaska, outdoors and different conditions. But Lydia Jacoby wins the gold in the 100-meter breaststroke, and she's only 17 years old. So congratulations to Lydia and that town in Alaska that was celebrating her victory. That was just so, so cool to watch. We showed that on one of our previous shows, so check that out. This was really neat, too. Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez is a member of Team USA Baseball. He becomes only the sixth, and they won silver, by the way, silver medal in Tokyo, but he becomes only the sixth athlete to win medals in both the Winter Olympic and Summer Olympic Games. So very, very cool moment for him. This one was really neat. She was so emotional, but Tamira Mensah Stock, she becomes the first Black woman to win gold in freestyle wrestling. Wrestling in female sports is new, but just unbelievable, and the emotion that you can see right there on her face and in her press conference was just so great. So congratulations to her. Gabby Thomas is someone that stuck out. Obviously, Gabby Thomas is just beautiful. She's a beautiful girl, but so that'll catch your attention. But when you see her run and you hear her story, it's just so amazing. She is a Harvard grad, and she has now become, I believe, the third fastest woman in the world. She won several medals for the U.S. track team. Now she is getting her master's in epidemiology from the University of Texas. So just a great athlete, smart, and going to do great things going forward. Not just on the track, but in the world, helping out different causes, and epidemiology, especially through this pandemic in the past year, is something we could use some more experts in. Another one, Sydney McLaughlin. She wins gold and sets the world record in the 400-meter hurdles, and just an awesome performance. And if you watch these track athletes, especially over these hurdles, just so incredible what they can do. And the speed in which they can do it at. So congratulations to Sydney. Another one is Athing Mu. She wins gold. She's only 19 years old. She wins gold in the 800 meters, and she's the first gold medal winner for the United States since 1968 in that event. Another really cool moment. A lot of women in track because they just really dominated. The men struggled on the track and field side a little bit, or didn't quite meet their expectations, but the women really excelled. But Molly Seidel wins bronze in the marathon. Now, this was really cool. Now, Kenya, obviously, you can see in the picture, dominates that sport mostly, and they win gold and silver. But Molly Seidel wins bronze in the marathon. This was the third time she ever ran a marathon, and to win gold in the Olympics against the best to do it is just incredible. And then, this isn't US, but this was just a really, really cool story. Qatar and Italy, the two top athletes, Mataz Essa Barsham and Gianmarco Tamberi for Italy, both basically tied, both tied in the high jump. And they both just agreed to share gold. And these two were close friends. I saw they were both at, one of them was in someone else's wedding, but just a really, really cool story. They embraced, and it was just really, really neat that they were able to share gold and kind of agreed on it. And just a really cool moment there. Another one, sportsmanship at its best, Isaiah Jewett for the U.S. and Nigel Amos from Botswana. In these distance runs, a lot of times these athletes want to try to get to the inside of the track, and you'll see them, they're all bunched up, and they got their feet tangled, and they ended up falling and just weren't able to finish the race, but they picked each other up and finished that way. And you can kind of see them with their arms around each other, and just shows like sportsmanship at its finest, which is kind of a great story. And to put a ribbon or a bow on this, so Team USA wins the overall medal count, they win the overall gold count, they win the overall silver count, they win the overall bronze count, which is awesome. So 17 days, 113 medals, 39 gold, 41 silver, and I spelled silver wrong, my apologies. And I do not medal in spelling on silver there, but 33 bronze, and 626 athletes in total for what was a crazy Olympics, with the asterisks, a little bit of the COVID-19, pushing it back a year. But hats off to the Olympic Committee for being able to get this done and congratulations to all the U.S. medalists. And, even those that didn't medal, they're still some of the best in the world in what they do. And, I know I didn't hit every sport. I know I didn't hit every gold medalist, but those were some of the stories that really stuck out to me.